4,000 water leaks is reported in this city each month. 4,000 water leaks. And in the last 2 years, okay, that was submitted in the last 2 years, 4,000 every month. Only 44% are repaired within 72 hours. Only 40, not even 50%. According to statistics, more than half of the water leaks reported in the 2014-15 financial year were only fixed between 3 and 30 days. So while they blame the heat wave, while they blame water consumption, we lose thousands and thousands of liters of water every day in this city. And as I said, this is a very handy tool to use. My colleagues submitted the motion. Guess what? The Speaker said, we will not table this motion in this Council. We will not even discuss it. We will not even debate it.
In the whole of Region 3, that stretches from the N1 to other side of Centurion, or this side of Centurion, this side of Centurion, the whole region has got one team of plumbers. We have about 30 directors and one team of plumbers. So there's no one there to do the work, and this budget is not going to fill any of those vacancies. You talk to these poor guys on the ground that are trying to actually do their best to run their infrastructure. They tell you, we haven't got people, we haven't got vehicles, and we haven't got spares in the stores. Now, I went on an inspection to the stores in central town the other day, electricity stores. I walked in there, I told the guy in the stores, I've got more electric light bulbs in my passage cupboard than you've got in the municipal stores. And he said to me, yes, you're quite right. We can't get stores. The supply chain management doesn't give us what we require. Plumbers can't go out and get T-pieces. They can't get elbows. They can't get nipples to fix the pipes that are leaking. Because there's no money. And it comes right back to the budget. The budget allocations don't send money to the areas where it's needed. The budget allocations send the money to music festivals and prepaid electricity meters. And that's the fundamental problem around infrastructure in the city. Everywhere in the city are in an appalling state. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we sit in the situation where we are at the moment. The city has been blaming the heat wave for your lack of water. Yes, sure, it has an impact because people use more water. But the fundamental problem is that we have neglected our infrastructure.
The City Council need to understand that we need water over that time that they can't cut the water. There must be enough water. We need electricity. We can't be without electricity. So this is the problem that we are facing, and we need assistance. If it goes like this, there is people that are going to close down, because 3 weeks for us to have bad publicity is not going to be good. If the people don't come to the Inkia Morlita Church next year, what are we going to do? For us it will be a big loss. At the moment they're standing at 95,000 people coming for the next 3 weeks. You have people Thursday night staying with you, checking out Friday morning, 2 o'clock the next people check in, staying Friday night, checking out Saturday morning, Saturday the next people check in, leaving on Sunday morning. There's a lot of washing that need to be done. We need electricity. We need assistance. From the guest house chapter, we thank the DA to give us this opportunity, and we are sure you are going to fight this fight for us.
This city of ours has a vacancy rate of about 40%, staff vacancy of about 40%. But we've already employed about 98% of the top management. So it tells you money is being used at top management level, but not where people are supposed to be doing the actual work. So you have too many chiefs and no Indians. Now you have a director or a directorate, but then you don't have anybody who's reporting to the director. So how do we then get the job done? Francois, you were asking the question, how long does it take for City of Tshwane to answer a telephone call at the call center? I can tell you it takes about 33 minutes. If you don't believe me, go onto my Facebook page. I have it where I've recorded the whole thing, and I've been on hold. And when somebody eventually answers, you feel like you're doing them a favor. You know, you want to even hang up. That's how they make you feel. It's like you're doing them a favor, and you're actually supposed to be a customer. They're supposed to be treating you with respect. They're supposed to be listening to you, and they're supposed to be helpful. And sometimes they're not even helpful, because by the time you hang up, you feel worse off than when you even made the call, because now you've been thinking about the cost of the call that you just made, which ended up to nothing. Going on, or maybe just going back to the issue of water quickly. There's an 85% vacancy rate in the plants that are supposed to be taking care of water around our city. Now, in certain water purification centers, there's only 2 people that are working there instead of 16. Now, this is a delicate process that requires people to be checking and monitoring what is happening, looking at all the valves, looking at all the machinery across the clock, right across the clock. But there's only 2 people working at any given time to make sure that you are supplied with water. And now this is why you have a problem in areas like Hammanskraal, where I was yesterday. I forced an official to drink dirty water yesterday, because they were saying the water is clean. I said, well, if the water is clean, you're not going to leave the stage until you drink it. And he just kissed it. I said, no, open your mouth and drink it. Because you're saying it's clean, you will drink it. And he couldn't. Then I said, why are you subjecting the people of this water? Because you are using now municipal budgets to go and buy purified water, to bring in tanks of purified water into your offices, while the everyday person is subjected to dirty water that sometimes have worms coming out. I mean, you can imagine, when you're boiling water and it's all yellow at the top. That's what people are subjected to. If you walk into a storeroom, we are talking about the storages. The storage is where you're supposed to be having all the supplies. We are now in the red, in just one of the purification centers. We are in the red for about 7 million rand of chemicals. Just the chemicals needed to be treating the water. 7 million rand in the red. So they haven't been stocking up on chemicals needed to be treating the water. Now, we can go on and on and on. But here's the thing. The problem that we have is that the ruling party knows that they can mess up and mess up and mess up. Until you and me decide that enough is enough, we're going to do something about it, we're not going to get anywhere. And if you have to stand for once, my stand for your lost me 8 doesn't work anymore. Jellyfield. I stand for you, lost me 8. When we pay me school, when we bell me, I stand for you, lost me 8. It doesn't work. The time has come where we all stand up and say, I'm going to make sure that I vote. And not only I, but I will get my children and everybody else that I know, I need to make sure that they get out and they go and vote. We've never been as close as we are in the city to taking over. Never been as close as we are. But it's going to take each and every person. If you all have been following last year's elections, you would know that the ruling party is under 50% in the city. Actually, in 2011 already, had they not taken Bronkhorstspruit and Cullinan into Pretoria, we would have been in government in 2011 already. But they knew then that they were going to lose power. And the only way to retain power was to make this city the biggest city in Africa and the 3rd in the world. But then we're not feeling the first-class service that we're supposed to be feeling or receiving. Say you asked a question about our taxes. I think it's the gentleman at the back, about our taxes. Let me tell you the solution, and maybe I'm getting into the solutions of what we will be doing as the DA. Our solution is that you are going to be taxed, but you're going to get your services worth. You're going to get your money's worth. You're going to get roads that are clean. You're going to get roads that don't have potholes. You're going to have stormwater drainage that is working. You're going to get a customer call center that is working, that you don't have to wait for more than a minute to get a response, and your call conversation should not even last for more than 5 minutes. You have a reference number, within 24 hours, somebody's already attending to the problem. That is not a dream, that is something that we're already doing in Cape Town.